Don't touch that dial. Listen to Blondie, presented by Kraft. The Kraft Cheese Company, who also bring you the Kraft Music Hall every Thursday night, present each week at this time Blondie, written by John Whedon and Sam Moore. We'll hear from Blondie in just a moment. You know, I've just learned from several mothers in the neighborhood that their meal planning problem is not 3, but 4 meals a day. That is, if you count in the after-school snack that means so much to healthy, growing children. Well, I found out too that many mothers make short work of that in-between meal. Along with a glass of milk, they serve a slice of bread spread with parquet margarine, and their youngsters are really satisfied. For parquet, the quality margarine made by Kraft, is both delicious and nourishing. It's made to order for grown-up wartime appetites, as well as for hungry youngsters. And now, for our weekly visit with our neighbors, the Bumsteads of Shady Lane Avenue. Well, today is Valentine's Day. But let's turn back the clock to last night and see what was happening in the Bumstead home. Blondie was sitting in the living room with a puzzled eye on Dagwood, who was scribbling busily on a paper pad.
Dagwood?
Yeah?
What are you doing? Designing the dream home of tomorrow?
No, I'm designing a comic Valentine for tomorrow. I'm going to put it on Mr. Dithers' desk.
Can't you think of a better way to waste your time?
Yes, but all the best ways to waste time are expensive. Say, Blondie, you used to write poems, didn't you?
Yeah, that was before I met you, dear.
Well, in this Valentine for Mr. Dithers, I need to rhyme words with a dopey, drip, and jerk.
You left out the word hooligan.
Oh, I got that. You empty-headed hooligan, you ought to go to school again.
My, there's nothing like Valentine's Day to spread a lot of that warm, friendly feeling around. You know, you used to write poems to me.
Oh, well, I'm older and wiser now.
Well, you're older anyway. In one of your poems, you promised to build an ivory palace for me and lay the treasures at my feet. Whatever happened to those promises?
I was trying to get you to marry me then. Those were campaign promises. For me, that year was an election year. Oh, Blondie, look at this picture I got to go with Mr. Dithers' Valentine.
What is that anyway?
It's a picture of a monkey eating a banana with one hand, cracking walnuts in his head with the other, while playing the piano with his feet. Wait till Mr. Dithers gets this Valentine tomorrow morning. He'll really blow his top.
I suppose so, but for me, it'll just be another day. Oh, come on, Dagwood. It's time to go to bed, or I'll never be able to get you up in the morning.
Who is out at the door, honey?
Oh, just Mr. Beasley, the postman. Well, let's see what's here. Go on with your breakfast, dear. You slept very late and you haven't much time.
Oh, by the way, honey, happy Valentine's Day.
Why, Dagwood! Oh, a box of candy. Oh, thank you, darling. Mwah.
Oh, it's really nothing. It's just a small substitute for the treasures of the world I didn't lay at your feet.
Oh. Would you like some candy?
Oh, no thanks. I've already had some. You'll find a couple missing from the bottom layer.
Oh. Well, here's a Valentine from you that came in the mail. Oh. Why, it's got enough lace on it to make me a blouse. Oh, and here's something for you. It looks like a Valentine.
Oh, it looks like your handwriting. Oh, thanks, honey.
Oh, it isn't anything, Dagwood. Here's another Valentine for you. And it isn't my handwriting.
It's probably from Mr. Dithers. You look at it.
It's not a comic Valentine. And it says, "I love you madly, my wonderful man." There are 4 exclamation marks. And it's signed Marquita!
Holy smoke!
Dagwood!
Now, Blondie.
Who is Marquita, and what does she mean by these 4 exclamation marks?
Blondie, that's some of Mr. Dithers' work. He's trying to frame me. This is his idea of a comic Valentine.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, have some candy, honey. Take several pieces. Go ahead.
Well, maybe you're right. I still don't like the looks of those 4 exclamation marks. Well, what kind of Valentine did you fix up for Mr. Dithers?
It's a masterpiece. I'm going to put it on his desk before he gets to the office. Here, read it.
Looks like the title seems to be Ladies' Man. You're stuck up and conceited. You think your gaze makes women swoon. I think your face looks uncompleted. You're just a goon, you big baboon. Signed, guess whom?
It's got a lot of yeah, hasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Dagwood, look at the time. If you're going to beat Mr. Dithers to the office, you've got to run.
Holy smoke.
There's your hat and coat right there.
Oh, get the door open for me, Blondie.
Oh. Well, all right, dear, hurry now. Oh, come here, Daisy. You got to get out of the way when Dagwood comes to the door, or you'll get scorched. Oh, come on, then. Oh, all right, I'll pick you up and hold you in my arms. Come on, dear, the door's open.
Okay, Blondie. Oh, boy, Mr. Dithers will never guess who gave him this Valentine.
Well, oh, dear, Dagwood, hurry. Now kiss me goodbye.
Oh, gee, Blondie, what a wet kiss.
Dagwood Bumstead, that wasn't me. That was Daisy.
Oh, Daisy, I didn't know you cared. What a smooch from a pooch.
Oh, Dagwood, you gotta dash. Kiss me this time. Daisy, stop horning in. Mwah. Goodbye, Dagwood.
Bumstead! Bumstead! Come into my office.
Majesty.
Bumstead, what do you know about this comic Valentine?
What comic Valentine is that?
This one right here. Look at the picture with my name under it.
Oh, gee, Mr. Dithers, I don't think that picture really does you justice.
Not me, that's a baboon.
Oh, excuse me, it's a natural mistake.
Bumstead!
Oh, I didn't mean that you look like the baboon. It's that the baboon looks a lot like you.
Never mind the compliments. Then you know nothing about this monstrosity?
I know nothing.
Could say that again. Now go back to your office. Surprise me. Work a little.
Just a minute. Mr. Dithers, did you send me a Valentine that was signed Marquita?
Valentine? Signed Marquita? Why should I do a thing like that?
To get me into trouble with Blondie.
Dagwood, old boy, it hurts me to think that you believe that I'd do such a low, mean trick as that, old boy. Did it get you into trouble with Blondie?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, that's too bad. What a shame.
Are you sure you didn't send it, Mr. Dithers?
I'm just as sure I didn't send it as you are that you didn't send this comic Valentine to me.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Ah, Dagwood, since this is Valentine's Day, why don't we take our wives out to lunch? Call Blondie up and tell her we'll meet her and Cora at the Palm Room of the Palace Hotel.
Okay, JC. Yeah, I'll call her from my office.
I thought he sent me this poison pen, Valentine. Well, I'll fix him somehow. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Dithers.
Well, Ken Niles. What's on your mind?
I just came to deliver a couple of Valentines for you. This one is from the Goliath Construction Company.
Oh, let me see.
Here.
To Dithers Construction Company. To its boss with head so fat, we hope you'll be our Valentine and your houses all fall flat. Ah!
That's nothing, JC. What if your houses fall flat so long as you've got a cigarette that won't go flat no matter how many sandwiches you make? You see, Kraft cheese has more flavor, and that makes your sandwiches taste great.
I know. What's the other Valentine?
By a strange coincidence, it happens to be a sandwich made with Kraft cheese. I can't tell you who it's from, but as you go out, you might smile at your itty-bitty wet-headed secretary.
It's from Dimples.
It's a lovely sentiment. Here's Kraft cheese for my Valentine. It makes your sandwiches taste great. It's packed to go around the world.
Did Dimples write that?
No, I did, but she approved of the sentiment. What's going on around here? Anything interesting?
Well, I think Bumstead sent me this horrible comic Valentine, but I'm going to get even. I'm going to hire a dark, gorgeous-looking creature to come up to our table when Cora and Dagwood and I are having lunch today.
Now, Mr. Dithers, you really shouldn't do that. What will Blondie think?
Well, the worst, I hope. Yes, sir. It'll be the first time I ever heard of anyone getting a real live Valentine.
You want me to pretend that I'm a friend of his called Marquita and then kiss him?
Yes, that's right. I wish someone would play tricks like this one on me. Oh, you luscious lump.
How do you want me to kiss him?
Well, I want him to feel that he just poked his nose into an electric light socket, about 220 volts.
Ooh, 220 volts. AC or DC?
Whatever you think will make his ears light up. Perhaps we'd better have a rehearsal. Would you mind?
I'd love it.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, Dagwood, my darling, how wonderful to see you here.
Fine. And now let's try out the smackola. You may kiss me now.
All right, Mr. Dithers. Try this on for size.
Woo-hoo! Yahoo!
Shall we try that again?
After 5 o'clock. I have high blood pressure, and I'm afraid I'd blow out a fuse. Save all your voltage for Dagwood Bumstead.
I imagine they'll be here any minute, Cora.
I suppose so. I can't imagine how Julius happened to ask me for lunch. He must have dialed the wrong number, or else they'd done something dreadful.
Oh, I hope not. But this morning, a Valentine came for Dagwood, and it was signed Marquita.
Marquita? Why, Blondie, that sounds like a...
Yes, it sounds like a blonde. And there was a little note with 4 exclamation marks after it.
That's bad. Oh, 4 exclamation marks could mean anything.
Dagwood said that he thought Mr. Dithers sent the Valentine and wrote the note.
Well, it sounds like Julius. His sense of humor sometimes is about as funny as a temporary filling.
Well, I suppose it's really nothing at all. But you know how men are. They say that if you believe the worst about him, you can't go wrong. but I always give Dagwood the benefit of the doubt.
The way I look at it, where Julius is concerned, there isn't any doubt.
Oh, but Cora, you and Mr. Dithers really get along very well.
Yes, but only because we love each other.
Well, that certainly helps.
And he's kind of nice. Oh, I don't believe I've ever met a sweeter heel.
Well, here they come now.
Well, hello, girls.
Hello, Blondie. Hello, Mrs. Dithers.
Cora, why aren't you wearing that bracelet I gave you? Where is it? Oh, at the jeweler's being appraised?
Well, I didn't want to wear it until I was sure they didn't sell the same thing at the dime store.
I'm sorry I didn't send you an exploding Valentine.
Hey, take it easy.
My goodness, this is Valentine's Day. You shouldn't argue like this. Why don't you wait until tomorrow?
Sure, we don't argue, do we, honey pie?
Of course not, darling. And certainly not today of all days.
No, of course not.
Not even if you did get a Valentine from some blonde called Marquita.
Now, Blondie, I told you I didn't know who she was, and if you won't take my word for it, well, you'll just have to take my word for it. We won't discuss it anymore.
All right. 4 exclamation marks!
But Blondie...
Never mind, Dagwood. As far as I'm concerned, the subject is closed forever. But I'd like to know what she meant by those 4 exclamation marks. And where did you meet her?
My goodness, this is Valentine's Day. My goodness, you shouldn't quarrel like this. Not today of all days. My goodness.
We don't argue, do we, honey pie?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dagwood.
Okay, I forgive you.
You forgive me? Now see here, Dagwood Bumstead.
Oh, now Blondie, I'm sure the whole thing is a joke.
If it's a joke, why aren't I laughing? Cora, what would you say to Mr. Dithers if he had gotten a card from this Marquita?
I wouldn't have said anything. I'm a woman of action. Oh, now Blondie, just relax.
Well, I suppose I am being foolish.
Don't be too sure.
Oh, Blondie, look at that stunning girl who just came in.
Where?
Dagwood, she didn't ask you to look.
Ooh, I love my little wife, but oh, you kid.
That'll do, Julius.
I'll say she will. Ooh.
My Cora, she is pretty, and she's going to pass right by our table.
Shh! Here she comes.
Oh, Dagwood, darling.
Oh, who's she talking to?
She's talking to someone called Dagwood. Dagwood?
Don't know. She's talking to someone called Dagwood, darling, honey.
Did you get the Valentine your little Marquita sent you?
So this is Marquita.
Oh, no.
Darling? Well, I'll give you one right now, you lovely man.
No, you get away from me. Don't you dare touch me, you gorgeous creature.
So that's the meaning of the 4 exclamation points.
There, darling. How do you feel now?
I feel like I just stuck my nose in an electric light socket.
I didn't get any Valentine either.
Julius!
Cora, put that fork down.
Well, Dagwood, are you through for a while?
I hope so.
Well, don't you think you should introduce us?
Dagwood, my sweet, who is this other woman?
Other woman? You're the other woman. I'm his wife. At the moment, anyway.
His wife?
Yes, his wife. W-I-F-E. Wife.
Oh, Dagwood, my sweet, how could you do this to me? How could you toy with my affections the way you have?
Imagine it was easy.
Now, wait a minute, Blondie. I don't know her at all.
Are you quite sure, Dagwood? My sweet.
Sure, I'm sure. If I did know her, I'd never forget her.
Believe that.
Oh, this is awful.
Oh, you can say that again.
This is the end of our romance. I'll never again let you make mad, wild, impetuous love to me.
Blondie, does that sound like me?
I'm going out of your life forever, and I won't tell you where I'll be, even if my number will still be East 2354.
2354.
Goodbye.
Julius, put that pencil away.
The matter, Cora? East 2354.
Blondie, Blondie, just don't look at me like that. Why don't you say something?
Because my mother taught me that it wasn't polite to say the things I'm thinking of right now.
Well, go right ahead, Blondie. Cora and I will put our fingers in our ears.
No, stop egging her on. Blondie, I haven't any idea who that girl was.
Oh, come, Dagwood. It's always best to tell the truth. East 2354. East 2354.
Well, Dagwood, what have you got to say for yourself?
What time is the first train out of here?
So you admit your guilt, do ya?
No, but I know when my goose has been fricasseed. No matter what I say, you're not going to believe me, are you?
I should say not. But you might at least wipe her lipstick off your face instead of licking it off.
What flavor is it, Dagwood?
Raspberry?
Very tasty, isn't it?
How do you know, Julius?
It's the flavor of your lipstick. Or is it liverwurst?
I think Mr. Dithers framed me.
Cora, you don't think I have anything to do with that girl, do you?
That's the silliest question you've asked me today.
Well, Dagwood, it's Valentine's Day, and I don't want to be silly about this.
Gee, thanks, honey.
Oh, don't you touch me. I'm still mad.
Blondie, you can't act this way. It's not fair. I'm innocent. I've been framed.
Dagwood, don't shout. Everyone's looking over this way.
Good. I'm innocent, folks. I've been justly accused.
Unjustly, Dagwood.
Unjustly.
Hello, everyone. And you too, Dagwood.
Ken?
Hello, Mr. Niles.
Well, are you having a happy Valentine's Day?
No comment.
Say, Mr. Dithers, how did your little joke work out?
Never mind. What joke is that?
Don't you remember that girl you hired to come over here and kiss Dagwood?
Oh, what was that?
I told you so.
Julius Caesar Dithers.
Yes, dear? Sweetheart? Honey jam?
Well, did I say something I shouldn't have?
Gee, thanks, Ken. You're a real pal.
Certainly is.
Oh, do you think I'm a real pal, Mr. Dithers?
Oh, no, I thought you said pill. That you are.
Well, that's my good turn for the day. Goodbye, folks.
Dagwood?
I'm not speaking to you.
Well, Julius?
No, I'm not well, thanks. East 2354.
I have some interesting things to say to you, my only love. But I'm saving them for the privacy of our gymnasium.
Yes, I know. Tomorrow I'll have to get my spine ironed out again.
Dagwood? I'm awfully sorry.
Gee, Blondie, you're always sorry afterward when my reputation is sagging around my ankles like a pair of old socks. I was innocent, and I told you I was innocent, but you wouldn't believe me. Fine way to treat your husband. I'm not going to listen to anything you say, and besides, I'm not speaking to you.
But I couldn't help it, Dagwood.
You'd think I was an old thing who spent his whole time chasing dames like Mr. Dithers.
Bumstead!
Dagwood, well, I'd appreciate any additional information you have about Julius.
It'll be a pleasure.
Dagwood, how would you feel if you saw a strange man come up and kiss me?
I'd be reasonable about it. I wouldn't get excited. I'd be calm and sensible.
A likely story. You've never been sensible yet.
Besides, I'm not talking to you, Blondie. My feelings have been hurt.
Oh, girls, will you excuse us? Dag and I will go out for a moment, and I'll help him primp up his feelings, but we'll be right back.
I guess we better go back to the table now.
Yeah, we've stayed away from them long enough so that Blondie will think your feelings were really hurt.
Besides, I'm getting hungry. Hey, look. Who's that guy talking to Blondie?
Oh, a handsome devil, isn't he?
Holy smoke, he's kissing her! Oh, tear him apart! Oh, take his ears and reverse them!
No, wait a minute, Dagwood. He's leaving the table now. Don't forget, you told Blondie you'd be reasonable if someone else kissed her.
I will be reasonable. I only want to strangle him.
Dagwood, believe me, that would be wrong. But if you go over there and you are calm and reasonable, you'll have her in the palm of your hand. And now, come on, let's go over.
Well, okay, but...
No, just be casual about the whole thing.
Well, I'll try and see what happens.
Oh, there you are.
Hello, Dagwood.
Hello, Blondie. By the way, dear, who was that just, sampling your lipstick?
Oh, that, it was really nothing, Dagwood.
Okay, honey. Well, what's your order for lunch? This looks good. Casserole a la Valentine. I wonder what it is.
It's chipmunk souffle.
Really, Dagwood? The man thought I was somebody else.
I know, Blondie. I believe you. Where's our waiter?
He just walked over and kissed me.
Oh, did the waiter kiss you too?
No, Dagwood, I mean that man. He made a mistake.
Blondie didn't know he was going to kiss her, Dagwood.
Of course she didn't.
Dagwood wouldn't think of blaming Blondie. Would you, Dagwood? Would you?
Certainly not.
But Dagwood, oh, please believe me. It was just a mistake. It was a perfectly innocent.
Oh, there, Blondie.
What's the matter now? I'm not suspicious. I'm not mad. What's wrong?
Well, after the way I treated you when that girl came up and kissed you, it isn't fair for you to be so noble and understanding.
The least you could have done was raise a slight squawk about it.
Oh, Dagwood, I wish you weren't so good to me.
Gee, aren't women wonderful?
Yes, I love women. They're so womanly. East 2, 3, 5, 4.
It makes me feel awful when you're so noble and I'm not.
Well, Blondie, I'll tell you the truth. I was really mad when I saw him kiss you. I wanted to slug that guy.
You did?
Sure.
Then why didn't you?
He was bigger than me. Now dry your tears, dear, and we'll all have lunch.
Oh, all right, Dagwood. My, that little cry has given me a good appetite.
I'm hungry too.
Yes. And we'll all forget about Blondie's being kissed.
And I'll forget all about that beautiful, what was that girl's name?
East 2354.
Why, Dagwood Bumstead!
It just slipped out, honey.
Oh,
Julius Caesar Dithers, why you low, miserable wretch!
Cora, put that plate down! Look out!
Ow!
I ducked just in time.
Blondie!
Blondie is brought to you by Kraft. During the coming drive for victory, we're all going to need extra energy to get the job done. And that's why it's so important to see that the family diet includes a plentiful supply of well-balanced, nourishing foods. Foods that really taste good, like parquet, the famous spread for bread made by Kraft. Parquet has a delicate, appetizing flavor that really satisfies. It steps up your family nutrition program because it makes the family want to eat more bread and other foods that contribute to glowing health and strength. Blondie is played by Nikki Flynn and Dagwood by Jeff Pettyross. The cast also included Larry Shaw, Janine Early, and Megan Becker. The musical score is composed and conducted by William Arts. This is Steve Murphy saying good night for Kraft Foods, first in the service.